All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the...
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. 49.
Now Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you. Rush in. Rush in. 54. 29.
Out of the gun, Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And Hyde will not get there as they force him to the ground shy of the marker. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Watson. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Who's set? 19. 24.
They turn to the fullback, Gillespie. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is Royce Freeman, 2nd-year man from Oregon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Barkevius Mingo, the former number 6 pick. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And that's caught by Smith. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
A 28-yard gain.
nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
2 points down, he's coming. 53's mine. 31. Let's go, let's go. Check, check. And let's go.
On first down, Watson. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. 54. Shit. Check 3. Check 9.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
This is it. 19. Mike. 20 points down, he's coming.
From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Check 43.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A first update now from Cleveland. And it's a big-time advantage for the Browns. They just scored again, pouring it on. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time play there for the Texans. 42 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Texans have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Exit. Mike 41. We got a wedge down. Thanks. 5-0. Mike. Hey, tight. 41, Mike. Gun.
Now it's Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's Flacco. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And that will come the offense as they take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Watch the edge. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. 66. Bullet.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, Yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Watson just beating the play clock. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there, let him go get it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully...
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose, and the Texans scoop it. And he will score. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing again on second down. Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Mike 41. You got to get the ball. Can you get the ball right here? Hey, 7.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check 41. What we got?
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Got a man open. It's Sutton. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They go pass again with Flacco. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Flacco will take to the air again. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Torrey Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson with a catch made by Hopkins. 7 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch the safety creep. Check nickel.
Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right, incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Chris Harris on the coverage.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical?
It got his man complete. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
64, weak. 51. 51. Watch the twins. Hey, Delta.
On 2nd and 12, Flacco. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Tight end run, tight end run. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, box truck, box truck. 41's coming, 41's the Mike. Coming. Mike 41, Mike 41. Keep it up, keep it up, guys.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Ryan Quigley now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Agnew now to return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if something like that, we got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
51. Regular. Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come.
First and 10 here for Flacco. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Chris Hogan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Now Flacco will lead them up as they're going to go for 2.
That's going to be a long day.
Lindsey going to try and run it in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 43. They'll toss it to Miller. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
I'm coming out for you.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check 26, check 26. Kill. Turn it up.
3rd and 2, Watson. He's got Fuller. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Go. Why? Give me 4.
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now a toss running left. This is Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
I'm coming after you. Check. Undercrush. Hey, line them up.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? Let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Bring it. Mike 41. Mike 41. Come off the ball. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Come on.
On 2nd and 12, Flacco. He's got it to Matthews, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Charlie. They're running it. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41. It's gonna be a long day for you. Gun. 41.
Flacco from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Watson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 42 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now it's Miller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And no pitch there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Hey, 24. Hey, 59. Deuce. 59.
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Five. Hey, 4-1 Mike. Check. Watch twist. Check, hot route. Hot. Gun.
From the gun, Flacco. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. Flacco now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down.
Check. Kill. Gun.
Flacco. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They come out here in the I. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
3 down. He's coming. We got double up. Red. Check 13.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
McManus's point after is good, and that will get them one closer. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
At the 24-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling